What up, the meat pack around the world, Salami Squadron? How we doing? We have made it to the end of this NFL season. Finally, dude. Didn't think we were gonna make it here. All right, it's 2020 season. COVID, a little scary. Couple cancellations, couple moves, but here we are. We got the Final Four. Talk about conference championships, boys. So I mean, straight up, it's been a long time coming. Here we go on the NFC side. We got the Bucks at the Packers. All right, this game opened up. Packers favorited -3 in Lambeau as well. Under over on this is 51.5. And go ahead and open this up here, Jimmy. What you got? What's your take on this game?
So I'm looking at Tom Brady's playoff record on the road, and he is 8-8 or 4-4 rather in 8 road playoff games. Okay. And I'm not going to take into the cold for consideration for Tom Brady, at least, because he's been obviously in New England for his whole career, so he knows how to do with the cold. But I'm talking about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, these warm weather type receivers who haven't been this far in the playoffs in their career. There's a lot of pressure to put on some young guys. I like the Bucks. I think they have a lot of strong points in their team. I think their defense is underrated. But going up against the giant Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers having arguably one of the best career years he's ever had, probably, in my opinion, the MVP favorite.
For sure.
I think that Aaron Rodgers is on a mission. He wants to prove everyone wrong, and I don't think that he's going to let the GOAT go into his stadium and take his game away from him. So I think Packers are definitely the right call to be a favorite to win this game for sure.
For sure. Listen to this crazy stat here. Over the past 7 seasons in the championship round, there have been 9 rematches from the regular season, and the team that won in the regular season is 7-2. So I mean, the Bucks obviously won in that Week 6 matchup here. So I mean, that's a little bit juicy on the stat, but I mean, for me, it's 2 different teams now. It really is. I mean, at this point in the NFL season, I mean, you work on your complacency, figuring out your play calls, your timing, everything is getting worked on every week up until this point. And, they're 18, 20 weeks in at this point. I mean, these are elite teams, and they're way different from they were in Week 6. But I've been riding them all along here, but I'm with Green Bay all the way, dude, especially in home in Lambeau. I mean, obviously the cold is not a factor for Tom Brady. It's fucking Tom Brady out here, dude. All right, he's out here chucking lobsters in New England for 20 years. You're going to tell me he doesn't know how to deal with the cold weather? You're insane. But, I mean, I've been saying it all along, dude. I just feel like something's up. You feel that run spark. Something's going on in Green Bay right now. I really got them winning the whole thing at this point.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to kind of counteract what you said there, Jimmy, how Aaron Rodgers is on a mission, and I really think he is just a baller of a season. That man's definitely, by the time he's done, I think going to be in that top 5 quarterback conversation all the way. But I think the same thing with Tom Brady. I think, being 43 and for probably the past 4 years now, everyone just counting him out, thinking he's too old. He's not going to be able to pull it off. He's been pulling it off. And, kind of the only other reasons I'm saying is because obviously that defense got super hot against the Saints last week. And I said last week, if they can show like 60, 70% of what they did to the Saints, I think they win this football game. Because I think the Bucks beating the Saints, I mean, I think the Bucks beat a better team, had a better performance than the Packers beating the Rams. I mean, obviously the Rams I don't think were as good as the Saints, but the Bucks just looked more impressive in that win, I think, than the Packers were able to pull off against the Rams. The Rams, or the Green Bay, was supposed to win that game against the Rams. That Bucks and the Saints games was a toss-up. But listen, I think Tom Brady's got something to prove. Like you said, the defense is underrated. They have a lot of young guys. So, maybe if some inexperience shows, Green Bay can slip the win. But I've said it a million times, and I'm going to probably say it till the man's dead. I'm just not betting against Tom Brady. I just can't. I'm not going to, as much as I love what Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay is doing. And like you said, it does. There is this little underlying feeling that they got something magical brewing in Green Bay. But I'm just not betting against TB12, man. If they're down, if we're looking at Packers up a field goal, a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady just does.
You can't give him the ball.
He's driving.
He's just going to figure it out, and I think just with that receiving core, they're going to be able to find weapons. I think last week against the Saints, I told you that just the game plan going into that, and Tom Brady realizing that we don't have to do anything flashy this game. We just got to get out of here with the dub, and they did. So I'm going to go with the Bucks plus the 3. If that's the line, if it stays like that, I'll go with the Bucks +3. Under over on the points. I don't know. It depends what those defenses are talking about.
They're going to have to turn it on.
I don't know, because I feel like the Packers can probably put up some more points than the Saints, but I don't think the Packers defense was as good as the Saints. So I think the Bucs are definitely going to be able to score.
I think it's going to be high scoring on both sides.
I think Aaron Rodgers, man, if the Packers win this game, it's going to be on the shoulders of Aaron Rodgers like it has been. But I'm going to go with the Bucs, man. TB12, fuck that dude. But
yeah, I mean, Rodgers and Brady are two of the best to ever do it. However you rank it, and I think we just got to take a moment as fans to appreciate, what we're about to fucking witness in the NFL.
Brady and Breeze, that's legendary.
That's what I'm saying. But Tom Brady goes over to the NFC and fights against these elite quarterbacks that he's been on the other side of the league against, and we're seeing in the conference championship in the quarterfinals. I mean, this is historic quarterback duels going on.
Well, hold on, let's talk about that for a second. Same thing in the NBA with LeBron James. Tom Brady was in the AFC for 20 years, obviously dominated it, saying, "Well, I bet you he couldn't go to the other side and do the same thing." He went to the other conference and did the fucking thing. Same thing with LeBron. They was calling it the Eastern Conference. They said that he's only winning because he's in the East, goes to the West, runs up a fucking chip, dude. That's so impressive to me. And like you said, we're about to watch two absolute legends wheel and deal. I'm so hyped to watch that.
Yeah, these are two of the best quarterbacks we've seen in the past 10 years. And these guys are egocentric. They are determined to win, and they have tasted victory before. So as good as the Bucs defense is, or as well as they should play, I think Brady is going to have a chance to win this game. Like you said earlier, if there's a few minutes left in the quarter and the Packers only up by 3, Tom Brady is going to drive. That's what his
Brady's going to get those points.
He doesn't do flashy plays. For years, they dipped and dunked and did screen passes their entire career, and then he finally gets a receiver like Randy Moss, and you can see what he can really do. Now he has Godwin and Gronk and AB, and so it's he has a better team now. I think that if there is a chance to win, I think Brady's going to show us how good a pure football mind can be, for sure.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. The quarterback, as much as having that arm is a big thing, it's all up here. And I know a lot of people hate that dink and dunk style of play, but if that's how the Bucs got to win that football game, Tom Brady's going to pull it off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, boys. I mean, it's just a hype matchup. Can't wait to see what happens. I mean, winner's going to the Super Bowl, so I mean that's huge. But we do have another game on the other side of the things.
Another one.
On the AFC side, we got the Buffalo Bills Mafia in the house against Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs right now are also favored at -3. I expect both these lines to move a little bit. Right now, we got the under/over 53.5. Say that again.
So that's low for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
it is low. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is obviously going to be in there, and I've been saying it all year. I mean, the only bad thing about this Bills team is their defense, and they're not honestly bad at all. I mean, they're a good defense, but I think the Chiefs' offense is going to outplay them. I mean, Matt Milano had a gigantic week last week. He made every fucking tackle. He's flying around that field like a sucker. In the backfield out there, you got Josh Norman, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer. I mean, they're all incredible players. But I think at the end of the day, the Chiefs have a better defense, and I think their offense is going to outscore the Bills' offense. I just think the Chiefs are going to get the dub.
It's just another one, dude, that, it's the same thing I kind of feel about Tom Brady. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is yet, in a conversation with Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, but he's just so good. It's just hard to not think they're going to win this football game. And that's a good point, too, is the Chiefs' defense, I think, is criminally underrated just because of how good their offense is. Like you said, during the regular season, they kind of float in and out of being good, but they just realize what they need to do. They realize it really only matters in the playoffs because they know they're going to be in the playoffs. And that defense is really, really underrated. Tyrann Mathieu, Mr. Honey Badger, I think is one of the smartest safeties in the league. But like you said, the Bills are going to have to score some points to win this game. Because the Chiefs are going to come out firing. Patty Mahomes is going to do the damn thing. And I just like the weapons the Chiefs have. Bills obviously have some playmakers with their offensive weapons, but I think the Chiefs just kind of outmatch them in every position here. I like Josh Allen. I think he's going to be able to do some things, but I just don't see him getting the win here, bro. I just don't see him getting the win.
Yeah, I think the X factor in this game is just experience. I mean, this is Josh Allen's first real deep playoff run in his career.
Yeah.
And granted, like you said, I think he's going to be a spectacular quarterback. I mean, he's a running back with a cannon for an arm, but he's smart. He understands defenses.
He'll be around for a while. Oh yeah.
But this Chiefs defense has been there, done that. You know what I mean? And last year when they came up through the playoffs, their defense wasn't ranked that high, but they just they rose to the occasion. And that's an X factor is like you gotta want it. And Mahomes obviously has a concussion. Also earlier in the game, I saw his leg. He was like limping around a little bit, so I don't know what that injury is. I haven't heard anything about it, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because Andy Reid is also an offensive genius.
One of the best.
Put Chad Henne in there and get a dip and dunk and
That's
score,
the thing, dude. Chad Henne could come in this ball game and win it.
Yeah,
like realistically,
Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. It's like they underutilize Le'Veon Bell. Like that just proves how potent this offense is. You put anybody in there, you put me in there, and I'll probably get 10 yards at least by myself.
I'll pick you up a first down, bro.
Bro, yeah. They'll throw you like a football, dude. Easy first down.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't see the Bills pulling it off.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't want to take anything away from the Bills. Bills had a phenomenal season, awesome run. It's hype to see Bills fans so hype and excited, but I just think it's going to get cut short right here. But like you said, Bill's going to be around for a while. Josh Allen's going to be around for a while. I love me some Sean McDermott. The Bills coaching staff, I think, is phenomenal. But like you said, just Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, the experience, the Chiefs defense knowing when to turn it on and make big plays. I just think they're going to get out of there with that W.
Yeah, boys, another hype matchup. Me personally, I'm a little bit more excited to see this Bucks-Packers games. I'm just a little more invested into that. I want to see that a little bit more. But, I mean, we're going to see who's going to the Super Bowl this weekend, boys. It is super hype. And, we got to appreciate this football time. It's almost done. It's almost over. This is it. But
I'm glad it was here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad it happened. And, they really did pull it off. There was some COVID shit going on.
Got a little messy at some points, but
some of this, some of that. But hey, everyone survived, and you know what? That's all right with us. It takes all of us, boys. All right. That being said,
fuck out of here.
All right, boys.